Today, I will be spending 24 hours in Grow a Garden, a game about growing gardens, and I'll see what progress I can make in that time span. Yes, I am going to play a garden simulator for 24 hours. My ultimate goal is to reach 1 billion shekels by the end of the 24 hours. And if I fail, then I'm gonna go crazy. But anyways, let's start the challenge. Also, a quick reminder, I'm a complete noob at this game, and I don't know what I'm doing. So if I offend someone, I'm sorry. On hour 1, I was playing Grow a Garden on stream, which marks the starting point of this challenge. I got gifted a lot of valuable items from a bunch of generous people. Then I sold these items to make me more rich, earning myself a measly 133 million shekels in total. This newfound wealth will definitely help me in the long run, as I can afford basically anything. I also spent most of my time learning the basics of the game. For example, how to sell plants. I want to sell this. How to buy seeds. Oh, I gotta click this. Oh, it's tutorial. Okay, my bad. How to grow plants. Oh, and other in-game event mechanics. The first 30 minutes of hour 2 weren't more different than hour 1. I got gifted a bunch of items, most of them being pets such as silver monkeys and a cooked owl. How does a cooked owl even stay alive? For the rest of hour 2, I spent most of my time planting more plants and making my garden bigger. I was really focused on getting better seeds and better plants to make my garden more profitable. Because 10,000 shekels every time I sold all of my plants wasn't gonna cut it if I wanted to reach 1 billion shekels in 24 hours. Also, I forgot to click the record button, so the rest of hour 2 wasn't recorded, but I can recap it. Okay, so I forgot to click the record button, and I've been sitting here talking for the past 30 minutes. So basically what I did is I took all my fruits, I sold them. So like strawberries, blueberries, and tomatoes. Coconuts, no. But I did get a bunch of what is this called? Cauliflowers, and I watered them with this, and now they're growing bigger. I got another bell pepper. Yeah, I got a bell pepper, and I got an avocado seed, which I'm gonna water right now. I got a pear, water it too, and I got a kiwi. I'm gonna water that too. Yeah, that was it. On hour 3, I learned what the gear shop was, which definitely helped me grow my plants with all of those tools and sprinklers. I also decided that all of these strawberries, blueberries, and tomatoes were not making me enough money, so I deleted them all to make more room for better plants. I spent a lot of my time waiting for rare seeds to be in the shop so I can make more money rather than losing it all on equipment for my garden. But hey, you know what they say, you've got to spend money to make money, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. Then I had to go eat, so I stayed AFK for a bit. When I came back, I started grinding again, basically doing the same exact thing. Go check the seed shop, then go to the gear shop, and over again. But at that point, my farm was looking pretty good. At the end of hour 3, I sold all of my fruits and made some pretty good money. In the beginning of hour 4, I had finally grown some kiwis, and kiwis sold for some pretty good money in my opinion. Then when the shop refreshed, I got some more seeds, such as the watermelon seeds and the pineapple seeds. I also got some seeds from the summer seed pack too, such as the pear seeds, peach seeds, and cantaloupe seeds. Then I went back to grinding, but that was cut short because my friend Square joined. I asked Square if he could give me something that could help me, and he gave me a plant worth 3.3 million shekels. Square, if you're watching this, thank you. After receiving this gift, my other very rich friend joined, and I also asked him for a plant or something that could help me. He agreed and he gave me something, but I wasn't ready for what was about to come. He just started giving me plant after plant after plant, and I had to stop him at some point. Bro was ready to hand me his whole garden at that pace. Then I checked the value of the plants and I sold some, but the rest of them are being kept in my inventory. Then I went back to grinding and growing my garden. Then I asked Square if he could get me some sprinklers, and he agreed. So I told him where to place them, and then I gave him a little gift of appreciation. In the beginning of hour 5, one of my other friends joined me and we had a little chat. Then we participated in the harvesting event and got rewarded. Then I went back to growing and getting new plants to make more money from my garden. After grinding for a bit, I had to go eat, so I stayed AFK. When I came back, I grew some plants and checked the seed shop for any good seeds, but I was out of luck. Then I let things grow for a bit and sold them afterwards, earning myself a not so bad amount of sheckles. After I sold the fruits from my garden, I planted new seeds and watered the garden. I wanted to let things grow, so I took a break and went AFK for 6 minutes. On hour 6, I came back from being AFK and started collecting all of my fruits that had grown while I was AFK. But when I was collecting them, something interesting happened. Banana, banana, banana. Apple, apple, apple. Yo. After that weird moment with Square, I finished collecting my fruits, then I sold them and made some very good money. Then I bought some new seeds, planted them, and made my farm grow by watering my new plants. Afterwards, I found out what Square was actually doing when he was looking at me in my garden. But when I was coming back to my garden, I realized that I had shocked fruits. Oh yo, let's go. Let's go, I got shocked fruits. After my moment of joy, I went back to grinding. Then I collected some of my shocked fruits to check the value. And yes, I know I could have used the tool to check the value without collecting the fruit, but I did not know it at the time. Cantaloupe. 3 million for a cantaloupe? I was flabbergasted. This made me realize that mutations can make the value of a fruit skyrocket. Then I collected some fruits from my garden and asked Square if he could place one sprinkler in my garden in exchange of a coconut worth 38,000 shekels. And he accepted. Afterwards, some girl gave me a watermelon and I had a feeling that this wasn't by accident. It's okay. Want it back or something? Watermelon. Was it like 4 grand? Yeah, that was it. Wait, am I gonna get a fruit now because I did that? Predicting the future, guys. I'm so good. Oh, yo, thank you. Yo, I got it. Let's go. I knew it. But anyways, I went back to grinding. At the end of hour 6, I placed some sprinklers and went AFK because I had to go do something. On hour 7, I was still AFK and I didn't come back for almost half an hour. The reason why I was AFK so long is that I was helping my mom make dinner. But anyways, when I came back, I was shocked to find that a bunch of my fruits had mutated. I looked around my garden and collected the mutated fruit to go check their value. I was stunned to find out that I made a couple million shekels just by being AFK. After that, I collected some fruits from my garden and sold them, and to be honest, I was starting to make some pretty good money. But then something insane happened. I want to clarify something before I show you guys the whole clip, but basically for some reason during the challenge my chat would just stop working and I couldn't see or type any messages. Anyways, let's go back to the video. Can I get my thing? Okay, I can get it. Avocado, another avocado. What the freak is happening? What did I get? Wind struck. Wait, what? Yo, thank you, bro. Thank you. Yo, what? Hold on. Wind struck. How much is this cost? You did not. You did not. Why? I shouldn't have this, bro. But I have 17 more hours. I can't just accept a gift from. But like, bro. No, I ain't selling that, bro. I can't do that, bro. Joe, it would be cheating at that point, bro. $1.8 billion. I mean, I just surpassed my goal. After seeing how much it was worth, I had no words. I was really thankful, but I also felt kinda uneasy. This felt way too easy, so I decided to not count the fruit that I got gifted and to continue on with the 24-hour challenge. And King, if you're watching this, thank you so much for that gift, bro. I'm truly thankful. I started hour 8 by collecting a bunch of fruits from my garden and then selling them for some pretty good money, but still not enough to get me to 1 billion shekels by the end of the 24 hours. Then the harvesting event finished and we ended up getting prismatic rewards, which are the best reward items in the whole event. Then I realized that I got moon melon, which is a good fruit, and if I manage to get the right mutations on it, it could be worth millions and millions of shekels. For the rest of hour 8, I went insane on the grinding and grew my garden a lot, which resulted into me selling more fruits, which made me millions of shekels. In only 30 minutes, I managed to climb up to almost 200 million shekels, which is the most progress I've made so far in this challenge. For the last 10 minutes of hour 8, I was AFK taking a break. On hour 9, I got back to work by buying some sprinklers for my garden. Please? Oh, I'ma take that. I'ma take that, put it in my garden. Or like that and put it in my garden. Then I started doing the same thing as last time, collecting fruits and then selling them. After selling some inventories full of fruits, I got the harvesting event rewards. The rest of hour 9 was just me goofing around and talking with people while letting my plants grow. And to be honest, I did not make much progress. I also tried live streaming, but no one was joining and it was kinda leaking my video, so I ultimately decided to end it. On hour 10, I went AFK for 15 minutes. When I came back, I noticed one of my friends had joined. I said hi and I visited his garden. Then he left, which left me alone in this empty server. But anyways, I went back to grinding and growing my garden to make me even more money. I did that for about 20 minutes until this guy joined me. At first, we chatted for a bit, but then he surprised me with something. Here? Yo, sugar apple, let's go! Yo, thank you. How much is this worth? 200, I mean, it's still good. That was super kind of him. But little did I know, that wasn't the last thing he would give me. Oh, yo, no way. Yo, no. Yo, no, hold on, yo. 100 million? Huh? But like, hold on. Celestial, holy, hold on. How much is this worth? 141 million? Bro, you didn't have to. Whoa, I wasn't expecting such a gift from him. MNX, if you're watching this, thank you so much for that fruit, bro. Can we all comment WMNX and King? Because they both have given me such insane fruits, and I didn't even ask them to give me something. They just did it out of the kindness of their hearts. Anyways, I wanted to ask you guys something. Did you think that was all that happened on hour 10? What if I told you guys that there's more? Perhaps something so insane that it probably changed the challenge's whole trajectory. You know guys, I'm just gonna let you guys watch. Yo, sugar apple! No way. Should I buy sugar apple? Okay, look, I'm gonna buy it. Dang, sugar apple. Sugar apple is crazy luck. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I'm probably the luckiest person, bro. Alright, I'm gonna plant it here. Hold on. Ready? Oh my god, sugar apple. Is it gonna take a long time to like grow or something? Yes, that's right. We got the rarest fruit in the whole game at that time. And so I watered it and watched it grow in excitement. As hour 10 was coming to an end, I received another gift from MNX. And he also helped me grow the sugar apple tree by placing an absurd amount of sprinklers right besides it. On hour 11, I was collecting fruits in my garden and selling them, trying to make the money back from buying the sugar apple seed. I was also closely watching the sugar apples grow as I couldn't wait to get my hands on them. While waiting for the sugar apples to grow, I went full grind mode by collecting and selling fruits and planting new seeds into my garden until a strange event distracted me. What is this? Bro. I just brushed it off and continued grinding, but then something horrible happened. As I was collecting my bell peppers and corn, I realized that I had accidentally collected my sugar apples. And you might think, well, Simeon, it's not that big of a deal. Well, it is kinda, because I have to wait for them to grow back, which takes some time. And in that time span, a weather change might occur, like a thunderstorm, sun-dried, or even better. And the problem with that is that my sugar apple will not mutate because they are still growing, which ruins my chances of possibly making a lot of money. And that's why I didn't want to collect them. Also, I know that there's a tool to avoid collecting some fruits by favoriting them, but I didn't know it at the time. This is the same situation as the value checker tool, but I didn't let that stop me. I started grinding once again by planting, growing, collecting, and selling to make most of my money back. And for the last 12 minutes of hour 11, I went AFK to continue helping my mom make dinner. On hour 12, I was still AFK helping my mom for around 7 minutes. When I came back, I started looking around my garden to see what had grown and what was still growing. After examining my garden a bit more, I started collecting the fruits that had grown to make me some money. But I made a mistake that probably costed me hundreds of millions of shekels. So do you see this cantaloupe? So let's put it shortly. It's a golden one, and golden cantaloupes aren't cheap. And so if I had kept that cantaloupe and let it mutate with OP mutations, for example shock, I could have made hundreds of millions. And I realized that when I collected a golden cantaloupe with an OP mutation later on the challenge. But for now, let's get back to collecting some more fruits. I basically continued to grow, collect, and sell fruits until I went AFK for 4 whole minutes. When I came back, I started grinding again by growing my garden and collecting all of my fruits and sold and kept some. After all of that grinding, I had finally made my money back from buying that sugar apple seed. But anyways, I kept grinding for the rest of hour 12. On hour 13, I went ahead and collected every single fruit in my garden. Then I sold it for a pretty good amount of money, in my opinion at least, but still not enough to get me to 1 billion shekels. So I knew that something had to change if I wanted to reach my goal. After I sold my fruits, I joined the friend server and sadly he was AFK. But I think he gave me some luck because when I checked the seed shop, I got a not so bad seed. I went ahead and planted it in my garden and then watered it a bit, and I just went back to grinding. I don't know what happened to me, but I went crazy on the grinding. I basically grinded the whole hour. I even made a tomato farm for the harvesting event. In the beginning of hour 14, I was focused on growing the little tomato farm as the harvesting event was in around 10 minutes. And you may ask, well Simeon, why are you making a tomato farm? For the people who play this game, it's pretty clear. But for the people who don't, the harvesting event is basically an event where you deposit fruits that give you points in the event. And the more points you have, the better the rewards you get. So if you deposit hundreds of tomatoes at once that are worth around 2 points each, well, you get a bunch of points. And if I get the right reward, I can make a lot of money. When the harvesting event finished, I didn't really get good stuff, but I did get a summer seed pack. Then I once again went crazy on the grinding. I even crafted a lightning rod to increase my chances to get certain plants struck by lightning. Also, if you noticed that my money wasn't going up, it's because I was stacking mutations on my fruits, basically making them more valuable, which will make me more money in the long term. On hour 15, the harvesting event was active, so I gladly participated to try and earn something good out of it. Spoiler alert, I actually got some pretty decent stuff, such as another lightning rod, some seed packs, and even an egg of some sort. Then something emerged. Something I was wishing for to happen. Something so great I can become a wealthy man. It is a thunderstorm. Thunderstorm, let's go. This is our chance to make a lot of money here. Or whatever. Let's go, yo, everything's shocked. This was probably the luckiest thing that ever happened to me. Getting my sugar apples struck is a big win. Not only did I get my best fruit shock, I got my second best fruit shock, which is cantaloupes. Got it shocked. Finally. He shocked all my cantaloupes. Guys, I think I'm a millionaire now. I also checked their value with all of their other mutations, and I was shocked. Wind shucked wet honey glazed cantaloupe. 5 million? Then I sold all of my sharked pineapples and kept only the gold one because it was worth 3.7 million shekels. Also, the reason why I keep them is that I want to sell them all at once at the end and hopefully get enough money. Then I joined someone in my friends list to get the 10% friend money boost, but only after 3 minutes of me joining, he left. But I didn't let that stop me and I continued on with the challenge. After a bit of time, a new weather event occurred, which is the moon, I guess. When the moon is out, it gives a mutation to your fruits called moonlit, and I wanted to have that mutation on my most valuable fruits, so I placed a night staff, which increased the chance of getting the moonlit mutation. After the moon disappeared, I went back to planting seeds and growing my garden. I started hour 16 by participating in the harvesting event, once again trying my luck on the rewards. But unfortunately, when I was trying to collect my tomatoes, I collected other fruits I did not want to collect. After the harvesting event was done, I got rewarded, but I didn't get anything special. Then I went back to grinding and collected a bunch of my mutated fruits, which in result made me a bunch of money. I did go AFK for a bit to take a break, but I came right back and once again I went back to grinding. Towards the end of hour 16, I had enough of waiting for the weather or events to occur, so I took all of my shocked sugar apples and sold them for 17.8 million shekels. On hour 17, the harvesting event was active, so I was focused on collecting my tomatoes from my tomato farm. And I still somehow accidentally collected fruits I did not want to collect. After getting rewarded, I went back to collecting fruits in my garden and selling them. I was getting a pretty decent amount of money from selling those fruits, because that boosted me up to 264 million shekels. Then I took a break and went AFK for about 10 minutes. When I came back, I started to collect all of my new grown fruits to sell them right after. That is basically what I did for the rest of hour 17, which boosted my money up to 270 million shekels. Hour 18 was almost the exact same as hour 17. The only difference is that I got a big old crate from the harvesting event rewards. I really don't know what it does. But anyways, I went back to collecting fruits from my garden and then selling them to make a lot of money. And oh, money I made. I started selling some of my stored away mutated fruits in my inventory, including the fruits collected from my garden, and that boosted my money count up to 300 million shekels. Then I joined a friend and we participated in the harvesting event. Midway into the event, I went AFK because I had to go eat. On hour 19, I came back from being AFK and I was surprised to find some pretty OP fruits in my garden. Then I collected some fruits, sold them for a decent amount of money, and continued grinding. Then I rejoined because my Roblox was laggy and I also took a break, but when I came back, I noticed something while I was collecting some fruits to sell. I may be wrong, but I looked up that getting a golden sugar apple is a 1 in 1,000 chance of happening, and that meant that with the right mutations, this sugar apple could be worth millions, possibly hundreds of millions. But anyways, I went back to selling fruits as I was starting to be on a little time crunch. I only have 5 hours left in this challenge, and I still need around 700 million shekels to complete my goal. But anyways, I grinded for the rest of hour 19. On hour 20, I went AFK once again, but for way longer than before. Basically almost the entire hour. But when I was AFK, something magical happened. A thunderstorm occurred and then shocked my golden sugar apple right on camera. Watching this footage back, I'm glad that I had placed the lightning rod right beside my sugar apples. When I came back, I was shocked by what happened in my garden. Yo, my sugar apple got shocked. Wait, what the freak happened? Gold plus shocked. Oh, holy. Then I just went back to grinding for the rest of hour 20. On hour 21, I asked Square if he could spray some of my fruits with his Choco spray, and he agreed. This. Please, Choco. Don't worry guys, I did pay him. But anyways, I participated in the harvesting event right after to try and get some good stuff. Spoiler alert, I got some not so bad stuff, but not anything that I needed. Then I went AFK for almost the whole hour until I got disconnected. I forgot to activate my auto clicker, that's on me guys. But I did come back shortly after and I joined a new server. I looked at other gardens, then I left and joined someone else, and I stayed once again AFK. On hour 22, I came back from being AFK and I talked with penguins for a bit until he had to go. But anyways, I had enough of waiting for my fruits to mutate and I was also running low on time. So I decided to sell all of my mutated cantaloupes, including the golden one. After collecting them, I checked the value of the golden cantaloupe and I was right about it being valued at millions. Whoa! Okay, the gold one. How much is the gold one? Holy crap. Okay, sell all. Seeing at how much it was valued, I wanted to collect my other fruits to check their value and possibly sell them for hundreds of millions. At that time, I realized that with only 2 fruits, I had made 227 million shekels. And this got me thinking, if I had a 1 in 1,000 chance of getting a golden sugar apple or cantaloupe, I should start farming the absolute life out of those fruits to try and get another golden fruit, because the only thing that can make me reach my goal is a golden mutated fruit. So I got to work. I sold my whole inventory with all of the other mutated fruits I had and made 306 million shekels. And that only motivated me more to get 1 billion shekels by the end of this 24 hours. Try after try after try, I was really motivated to get that 1 golden fruit. But then I got distracted by the harvesting event. And hey, I did get a honey sprinkler. On hour 23, I got back to work trying to get a golden fruit. Bro. Oh. Wait, not you. Him. Wait. No. But I put so much water on your hut. Then Square joined and I talked to him for a bit. While I was talking to him, I got gifted some fruits by a guy named It's Masked. And he told me to sell them. I went to check their value and I was shocked. Sell it. No. Whoa, chill. Wait, what the freak? Oh! Yo, you for real? The combined value of both of these fruits are 556 million shekels. Can we all say W its mask in the comments? Dude is goated. He might have saved this challenge entirely, but I still felt like it was cheating. So I kept them and I did not sell them yet. And I decided to continue on with the challenge. And I got back to work pretty fast. On hour 24, the last hour of the challenge, we finally struck gold. Yo, no way. No way, no shot, we just got a golden. Bro, if there's a thunderstorm right now, I'm gonna be so happy. What? And at that point on, it became another waiting game. I waited and waited and waited for a thunderstorm to occur, but I was out of luck. With only 7 minutes left into the challenge, I knew I had to start selling some fruits to get me to 1 billion shekels. 600,000, great. Well, we're gonna sell, I think I'm gonna sell this one. You ready? Let's sell this. Oh, nothing to. Oh, it's favorited. Oh, well. That made me a lot of money quick. Before I sold more fruits, I gave a gift to Square as he helped me during the challenge, and I'm pretty grateful for that. So Square, if you're watching this, thank you. You ready? I really don't want to do this. I really don't want to do it. Well, here goes nothing. A billion. Let's go with 5 seconds to spare. Oh, we finally made it. 1.2 billion. Crazy work. Oh my days. Wow, that was a lot of work. I finally made it. Oh my days. 1.2 billion. I think I'm not gonna play this game for a while. In the end, I can say that I made some pretty good progress in the game as a noob for 24 hours. But I wouldn't have made it without the people who helped me like Square. The people who gifted me fruits for no apparent reason like MNX King and its mask. But the most important people are you guys watching. Because without you guys, I would be nothing.